exhale, we're going to do through the pursed lips, and then trying to, like you're blowing wind through your throat. Okay? So let's all try this standing up first.
Through your throat?
Yeah. Like softening your throat by keeping your jaw apart, your tongue soft. Maybe if you need to have a place for it, just kind of on the back of the teeth, but almost like you're saying ha.
Okay, got it. That's easier than the bubbles.
Okay, and so let's all just kind of do a wiggle too. Let's roll those shoulders, give a little side to side, a little hip shake, kind of shake it out through the hands, wiggle it out through the legs, and then coming on back into the space. Alrighty, let's take a deep breath in, keep those shoulders down, breathing into the hands, so thinking of if you can have a straw going directly from your mouth to the hands. Breathing into that space, and then we're going to blow out candles using a straw. On the next inhale, let it come into your hands. Try to mentally direct it with your mind to bring it to the hands. As you're exhaling, envision that pump going up, 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 pushing the lungs, squeezing them, emptying the breath, and inhale, opening up the lungs. That diaphragm is drawing down, pulling down into the chest, into the abdominal cavity.
Are we doing the 12 candles?
Yes. And release. Okay. So that is more of diaphragmatic breathing, exercising your diaphragm. So when we think about the two different modalities we've done so far, and you can have a seat again. So when we think therapy, Western medicine therapy, it's used more in Western medicine for stress relief, anxiety management, our mental health typically, or post-surgical type stuff that's when you'll find that you're instructed to learn about this breath. And so with the yoga and the ujjayi, who noticed anything different with your exhale by really trying to push it out through the pursed lips? Yeah. Did you feel like you might have found your diaphragm a little bit? And
I felt like the breathing was different, but I get confused if it's just my chest air or if I have air down, but I felt a little movement down here instead of just my chest. That's where I'm having the,
yes.
since I don't really have any feeling there, it's like I'm not sure, but I did feel,
yeah,
with my hand.
So, and I ask this because, again, when we think of like, how do I feel my diaphragm? I'm not sure if I actually feel my diaphragm, but we can feel the results of a working diaphragm. We can see the results of a working diaphragm. And by maybe not necessarily feeling our diaphragm in and of itself, like you were saying, who felt their abdominal muscles even starting to work a little differently with their exhale? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay? And so that's all part of our breath work, is as much as we think that it's our lungs that are responsible for our breathing, our diaphragm is really responsible for the quality of our breath, as well as helping to pump and pressurize and move everything else through the body. So let's move into Qigong, harmonizing the triple warmer. So when we think about Qigong is our energy work. And so essentially, in this, you're using all of the information I just gave you and closing your eyes, and now we're going to tie some movement along with it. So we're going to do a repetitive movement, and it's called our triple warmer, because essentially you're drawing the energy up from your lower abdomen, and we're just using our hands to do this. But as I do this, you can see by moving my arms like this, I've now expanded and opened my lung space, and then I'm going to bring it on down, and I'm coming through here. I'm going to come and interlacing through the fingers, really pressing it up, and we're going to do a little twist, come back into our center, press it down, breathing it in, scooping it up, pressing it up, twist. So essentially our triple warmer is nothing more than taking these deep breaths and matching the breath with the movement as we do this movement. And because we're having this motion happening, as well as the opening and the closing is warming up all of our internal organs there, and hence the triple warmer, because it also gets everything moving down here, gets everything moving up here. So essentially your whole torso is your triple warmer space. Okay, so the hand motions are just interlacing the fingers. They come up, we roll it past the face, you push up, and you twist to the side. So the breath pattern, inhale. If you can, hold that inhale for the twist, and then untwist, exhale. Okay, and then here I like to do, as it's coming down, I kind of scoop the fingers just to keep them, because if you keep pushing down, it's like really awkward to kind of try to do it down there. Okay, so just kind of keeping that flow of whatever it is for your hands, and you know, you're allowed to loosen them up in between and fall apart. Okay, so the inhale, yeah, we're going to stand up. I'm going to show you one more time. Let's even go a little bit deeper with it as we progress. So this way we can involve the legs as part of that pumping action. The inhale, holding that, and unwind, exhale, it comes down. Inhale, comes all the way up with a twist, and exhale, unwind, it comes down. Yeah? Okay? So this is where, again, I know my breath goes a lot longer than yours. It's okay if you come up here and you're like, oh, exhale here. Okay, take a breath in first, so that way, while you're here, you can feel the exhale on the unwind. Okay, so the inhale is the wind, the exhale is the unwind. So if you have to take 2 breaths, that's A-okay. Okay, but what we're trying to do is ultimately match it so that way you can lengthen and sustain the breath. So soften through those knees. Imagine like your back is just relaxing against the wall, and exhaling it all the way. Inhale, drawing it up. Push up with a little twist. Unwind, exhale. Soften the knees. Inhale. Push up with a little twist. Unwind, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So we really want to think about going up that center first, pressing all the way up to the top, start bringing them up in here, all that's related, so, yeah, keep those shoulder blades down. But part of that, yes ma'am,
I find if I hold the inhale or the exhale too long, I get dizzy.
okay, that's an excellent find. Okay, so I don't know if you got, and you guys can sit back down, so that way we can kind of go over this and just watch. So when holding the inhale or the exhale, and she said she was getting dizzy, okay? I'll tell you from my perspective, here up front, I heard you all breathing the best in that particular exercise. Hence why, like, Qigong is like a great form of exercise because you're constantly doing an expansion and moving and working and finding those different places and spaces. So, but when you're doing it and you have the pause and the holding of the breath, and like specifically this one in the triple warmer, where if you do this one, typically we do it in 3, 6, 9,